let's get some celebrity sleaze with Fram.
Pop star Olivia Rodrigo got some career advice from an unexpected rock star. This is so cool. Jack White. Here she's talking about a letter that she got from the White Stripes. Jack White.
One of my biggest heroes is Jack White and the White Stripes and the Raconteurs and all of these amazing bands. He wrote me a letter the first time that we met, giving me like 3 tips. One of them was actually just make the music that you want to hear on the radio, and that helped me so much. One of them was to be an antenna for which music can come through, and that's super helpful. And the third was like hold tight to all of your friendships and all of your relationships, because it can kind of get easy to neglect those or be so focused on your work that those kind of fall through the cracks, and they're kind of things that I really live by.
After meeting Jack White, like if I would have heard that before meeting him in January, I would have thought, oh, right, whatever. But now, like hearing that story, he is that guy. Just so nice and encouraging.
Yeah, and by the way, that number 3 was great advice for all of us. I don't know if you follow him on socials, but when Beyonce was just here in Nashville, he had a photo with Beyonce and Jay-Z. He was at the show. Like, everyone loves Jack White, including us.
Cool dude.
Talk about a rock. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson Barnes has given a historic 7-figure donation to SAG-AFTRA.
Wow.
According to union reps, it's the largest single donation we've ever received from one individual at one time. Wow. What does that say about The Rock?
They made a lot of money for him.
Good for him. This is really funny. Our friend Rob Thomas from Matchbox20 says he doesn't mind that their song Push is kind of the butt of a joke in the new Barbie movie. It gets featured a couple of times. The last time, Ryan Gosling, of course, as Ken, sings it in a very funny, emotional way. Listen to this.
Yeah, he says he doesn't mind. And when he said that quote, he was at the Ferrari dealership buying 5 more. Because this guy is getting paid. Does he care? No, do it more was his response. This is funny to hear him sing this. Want to take you for grandchild. That is perfect. Good job.
Think about how many people saw that movie. I want to find out from our producer, Matt C., to do a little research. How has that pushed that song in sales and streams? We got to find out.
Oh, yeah. Rob Thomas is booking vacations as we speak.
By the way, speaking of Barbie, the casting director, Allison Jones, told Vanity Fair that guess who wanted to be the part of Ken?
Who?
Well, one was Bowen Yang, another one was Dan Levy, and Ben Platt, almost playing Ken in the Barbie movie. I love seeing these kind of stories about what could have been. Yeah, that's pretty dang interesting.
Gosling, though, that's pretty dead on.
Perfect, right? It's perfect.
You know, I have a Gosling story. It's nothing salacious, but when I worked on Remember the Titans, I spent a whole night with Ryan Gosling at this little bar on like 5th and Spring. It was tucked right under that Sprint Tower, that big ugly tower that's right there. Or it used to be called the Sprint Tower. I don't know what it's called now. But he was super shy. I mean, this was like, in the late 90s. All night long from like 4 in the afternoon till like 7 a.m. Just hanging.
Did you talk to him?
All night. We were all in the same scene. We're all just sitting around. It was Kip Pardue, Ryan Gosling. I forgot someone else big was in that went on to be big.
How long ago was that? Because I do remember the Titans.
Like 99.
Wow, that was the very early days for him.
It's a jazz club that may still be down there, but we were all outside on the street just talking all night in between scenes. He was super nice, really nice guy.
I have a Ryan Gosling story.
Ooh. Did you make out?
Where I didn't talk to him, but I was at a Paul McCartney show when I lived in New York at the stadium, and here comes this entourage, and it's Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone. I think they were doing a movie together, sat right next to me, and of course, I never said anything to them the whole night. What was I going to... Well, what could I have said?
You're sitting next to Ryan Gosling and you don't say anything?
And Emma Stone. Well, tell me what I should have said.
Well, just start up a conversation about the show.
Like what?
And then, hey, do you want to come on our show? That's where you start. You just pick it up, Fram. You must be trained.
Barnes, you know how shy I am.
I know.
Yeah. Hey, I have to keep talking about this Twitter thing. Elon Musk might have some trouble with his effort to change the name of Twitter to X. Yeah, get this. Mark Zuckerberg's Meta, they've already registered an X logo for a quote-unquote social networking service. No word if it's going to be a problem.
Well,
What?
Well, the thing is Elon Musk has owned the X domain, x.com, since like the late 90s. I don't know, man. This is going to fuel their cage match even more, these guys. And, Zuckerberg has been training a lot in martial arts. I don't know if Elon's got a chance.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's ever going to happen, but I'm wanting it to happen.
But just when you pull up Twitter now, when you pull up X, it still says tweet, a big button if you want to do a
It
tweet.
still says, I know.
But there's that X logo at the top. It is all very confusing.
And finally, I have to mention this story because I'm a big Cillian Murphy fan. Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. is talking about him because, he plays the lead in Oppenheimer. He says that Cillian Murphy made the greatest sacrifice by a lead actor he has ever seen in his 53-year career.
Really?
Yes. He said apparently they had this 3-day weekend in Santa Fe when they were filming, and he was like, hey, man, what are you going to do? And Cillian Murphy's like, oh, I have to learn 30,000 words of Dutch. Have a nice time. And he goes on and on about him. Of course, Cillian Murphy, as you know, was in Peaky Blinders. And that is your Celebrity Sleaze.
The Morning X with Lawrence and Leslie. 9-9.